It was one of those calm summer evenings, the kind where the sky turns gold, the cows graze lazily, and you can actually hear crickets over the hum of the wind. I was sitting on my porch, sipping iced tea, when my phone buzzed with a security alert. Signal interruption, camera network offline. Now that was odd. My cameras almost never went down. I had them linked through a private satellite connection, the same dish I installed on my roof last year. It didn't just cover my ranch. It also provided a direct feed to the county sheriff's department for their rural surveillance program. But 10 minutes later, the cameras were still down. I got up, grabbed my hat, and started toward the barn to check the power lines. And that's when I saw her, Karen. Ladder, toolbox, and the confidence of a woman who thought she was starring in her own HGTV show called How to Commit a Federal Offense. She was on my roof. "Hey!" I yelled. "What do you think you're doing up there?" She jumped, nearly dropped her screwdriver, then shouted back, "I'm taking this down. It's an eyesore." And the HOA board voted unanimously to have it removed. I stared at her, dumbfounded. "Karen, you can't touch that. It's not only my property. It's part of a police network." She huffed. "Oh, please. You expect me to believe the police care about your silly ranch cameras? You're breaking HOA sightline regulations." Before I could respond, she yanked the last bolt loose. The dish came loose from its mount, wobbled, and fell right into the mud. Cable still attached, sparking slightly. My phone buzzed again. Critical connection lost, county network failure. I muttered under my breath, "Oh, she's in for it now." Within 5 minutes, I got a call from dispatch. "Sir, our satellite link just went dark. Are you experiencing interference?" "Not interference," I said, glancing at Karen climbing down my ladder, smug as ever. "I've got a live vandalism situation, and the suspect's name is Karen." "Copy that," the dispatcher said. "We're sending units." By the time the deputies arrived, Karen was standing proudly beside the broken dish, hands on hips. "Finally, I want to file a complaint about this man's illegal equipment." The deputy, the same one who'd been there during the sheriff incident a few weeks earlier, looked at her, sighed, and said, "Ma'am, that dish is part of a county surveillance grid. You just destroyed government property." Karen froze. "Wait, what?" My wife, the sheriff herself, pulled up right behind the patrol car. She stepped out, badge shining, and said calmly, "Ma'am, you've interfered with a law enforcement network. That's tampering with police infrastructure. A federal charge." Karen's voice cracked. "I thought it was for Netflix." The deputy couldn't help but snort. "Ma'am, that's the most expensive Netflix subscription you've ever canceled." Karen's face went pale. I was just trying to enforce HOA rules." My wife crossed her arms. "Your HOA doesn't outrank federal law. Or me." Karen tried to apologize, stammering about aesthetic violations, but it was too late. She was cited for destruction of property, trespassing, and obstruction of law enforcement. The best part? The whole thing was caught on my backup drone camera, which she didn't know about. A week later, the HOA board held an emergency meeting and officially voted to suspend all enforcement authority pending legal review. Translation: Karen had tanked the HOA's entire credibility. I replaced the dish with a new, upgraded model, stronger, faster, and twice as shiny. The county reimbursed me and even gave me a commendation for assisting in identifying local interference risks. Now, every time Karen walks by, she glares up at the roof like it's mocking her. Which, to be fair, it kind of is. I installed a small, discreet sign under the dish that says, "Protected by federal surveillance systems. HOA access prohibited." And just to twist the knife, I added one more line below it. "Smile, Karen. You're probably on camera. Would you like me to continue with 3470, where the HOA builds a wall to block your ranch, not knowing you're a judge who can legally shut them down?"